So Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windybank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They are not. Ja, auf der Rückseite. Have another look at them now. Okay. Can you see that they are just slightly different from each other? Nine. I think so. It's very subtle though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah, well, it's because they are a set, you see? No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, a stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. Okay. Dann tut man das eine Bild links rein und das andere Bild rechts. Verstehe ich das richtig? Dann sieht man quasi mit beiden Augen das Bild. Es ist ganz leicht verschieden. There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. 3D. Hehe. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Okay, was kommt jetzt? Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Okay, how stereoscopic prints work. Have you ever considered, Bruno, how your eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just opened them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes. Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you see straight away what you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Das stimmt. Halt leicht verschoben, ne? Yes, the position of objects seem to shift slightly. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Bruno, you're beginning to understand. And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes and one brain, you can actually do it yourself, without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? How to view stereoscopic prints. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Susato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes, that's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes. I think I can. Watch me, and see if you can copy. Okay. Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? There, how's that? Wonderful. Now it's your turn, Runo. Das sieht so silly aus. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at your cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try it looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. Müssen wir das jetzt machen? Okay, nee. You should see two overlapping images, just like that. Ja, ich sehe, dass es sich verändert, aber wenn ich auf meine Nase fokussiere, wird einfach alles, was in der Ferne liegt, unscharf. So, also richtig unscharf. Dann sehe ich zwar die Tiefe, aber es ist einfach komplett unscharf. Brauche ich eine Brille? Ich glaube nicht, sonst kann ich eigentlich sehr gut sehen. Aber weird. Könnt ihr da was sehen? I don't know. You try it now, Uno. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. It's a print split into two images for you. Now the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this, and then to try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so weird. Oh, I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runo. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Ja, oh Gott. Ich sehe es unscharf, aber es ist eins geworden. Tatsächlich. Ist das normal, dass die Dinge dann unscharf werden beim Schielen? Ich weiß es nicht. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like, this is it? There, you managed it. So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Bruno? They are certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Und in welchem Fall, in welcher Hinsicht ist das relevant, ist die Frage. No, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? Yup, klar. If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then set a pair of photographs in the stand at the back and it's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures. I'd never even heard of them until yesterday. Ich ehrlich gesagt auch nicht, aber coole Möglichkeit, um 3D zu erzeugen. Ich meine Nintendo mit dem 3DS, ne? Also das ist ja auch ein 3DS-Spiel, eigentlich. Also das ist ja nur ein Port hier. Und ich meine Nintendo mit dem 3DS hat das so ähnlich gemacht, dass man 3D ohne Brille sehen konnte. Weil das war ja wirklich erstaunlich damals. Finde ich noch erstaunlich, dass man dieses 3D sehen konnte auf dem 3DS. Wirklich. Also ich konnte es sehen. Und mir wurde davon auch nicht schlecht, so. Einige meinten, ja, davon wird einem schlecht und alles. Aber ich fand das immer erstaunlich und mir wurde auch nicht schlecht. Ich habe noch nie Kopfschmerzen durch den 3DS bekommen. Noch nie. Und ich frage mich, ob das eine ähnliche Technik ist, die sie da angewendet haben. Bestimmt irgendwie. Stereoscopic pictures. I never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. The second white cat photograph has been entered into the court record. A photograph depicting a sweet little white cat. I feel as though I have another print just like this one. Converse. Okay. Und da wo stand was von der Kiste drauf? Auf dem zweiten, ne? Ja. Gentleman's... Nee, Quatsch, auf dem ersten. Wir gucken uns aber erstmal weiter um. So, ein Musikspieler hier. That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Bruno? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I tell Grexy to have a word. I was with Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Polizist here. The police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article, but that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely. We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We are sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. And even then, we barely have scratched the surface. A crime in a pawnbroker's. It must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know? A crime in pawnbrokers. Oh man. Hier nochmal den Schrank. These shelves, ja moin. These shelves are where the pawnbrokers puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Bruno? Oh, it's just... well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them, even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They are very clever. Okay, was ist hier so ein Stereoskop? This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they are right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Oh, der Kalender hier. Ah, look here. Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Okay. War es ein Durchschuss? Presumably Mr. Windybank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Nee, die mussten doch bei Sherlock. Oh, Entschuldigung. Mussten die doch eine Kugel entfernen, oder nicht? Also muss das hier eine andere Kugel sein. Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once. Forget that for now, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Quacks und Blut, würde ich sagen. Is it blood? A suspicious wet stain on the calendar. Aha! This is where I come in. Oh, why? Because the blood changes to be the same color as the sample from the storeroom. We know that it's Mr. Windybank's blood. Exactly. Here we go then. Und welche Farbe nimmt es an? Grün. It's completely different to the color that Mr. Windybank's blood turned in the analysis. It just goes to show, things don't always go according to plan, do they? Nevertheless, we must add the sample to the results of the other blood analysis. The blood samples portfolio has been updated in the court record. Okay. Wahrscheinlich dann von Unknown, ne? Name Unknown, okay. Okay, können wir nochmal drauf gucken? Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know? Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Ja, irgendwann gehen die Farben ja auch aus. Also, ich glaube nicht, dass das Blut von jedem gleich ist. Aber wahrscheinlich für die damaligen Verhältnisse und für die Zwecke dieses Spiels müssen wir davon ausgehen. So, was hast du zu sagen? This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh! Keep it down! Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here. Really? Then you must tell Grexy at once. But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police. The arm. That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Okay, und was ist hier? Ah, nichts weiter, nur Pflanzen. Und das hier nochmal angucken. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get it closed again. Oh, yes, that's a folding stereoscope. Really, this is a stereoscope. Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that you used a great big contraption over there. Ah, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. Okay, haben wir sonst noch irgendwas hier? Nein. I wonder, ob wir jetzt nochmal in den Storeroom gehen müssen. Und die Kiste nochmal besuchen müssen. Nein. Converse. Operation. Inspector Gregson, could you give me... Okay. Müssen wir irgendwas ihm präsentieren? Bliblablub. Very much, that really is a spot. Bla bla bla. Danke. Inspector Gregson, okay. Scheinbar müssen wir ihn nicht präsentieren, oder ich bin zu dumm. Wir präsentieren ihm einfach mal alles, sicherheitshalber. Bliblablub. Is that what I think it is? Your ladyship's latest, I saw. Yes, my latest story. It's called The Hound of the Baskervilles. A most fascinating title, your ladyship. Fascinating. Fascinating. And, I don't suppose... Would there be any mention of my humble self in the tale this time? Good question. I can't really remember. I see. Well, why would you, your ladyship? I just await its publication with eager anticipation. You needn't worry, Inspector. I'm sure if you do appear, you won't be doing anything particularly remarkable. You looking to be arrested, Sunshine. I didn't mean it like that. And even if I did, you wouldn't have bitten her ladyship's head off, would you? Okay. Schauen aber nicht weitergefahren. Bla blub blub blub. Ah, lovely, very much, blah blah blah. Pawnbroker's ticket. Inspector, what do you make of this? Ah, okay. Ah, what have we here then? A redemption ticket for an article deposited here, is it? Looks like someone went out of office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever paper was to hand. Was is this? One small box, okay. Yes, it's a ticket for McGildett's overcoat, the one that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to, Luna's right, Grexy, it isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't, I never doubted you, your ladyship. So, what's this all about then, if I might be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second one? It seems that Mr. McGilde in fact had another article in store shared with Mr. Windybanks. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruto. Oh good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. The second redemption ticket. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilde's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just a music box list, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilde deposited another article here with Mr. Windybank. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box, was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Grexy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilde. It could be an important clue. Well, yes sir, I suppose it could be. Please, stop blowing me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles. I will. I'll go barking. This is no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough sauce from you, Sunshine. There's one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles are only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right. It's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in the front. We must search them at once. Achso, das hat Leonowski gesagt. Okay, you're wasting your time. Oh, there are dozens of little boxes out there. Hundreds. We can't possibly know which one might have been McGilde's. The information is not written in the ledger. Well, I think we should at least have a look, just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Ja, muss ich auch sagen. Dann gehen wir mal in den Shop zurück. Windybanks main shop. Examine. Da ist doch eine kleine Box. Yes, this is where all the items that have been forfeited by the original owners are offered for sale. That's why. They've all got little price labels on them, but there are so many. I wonder if the small box this ticket was for is still on the shelf somewhere. The box that Mr. McGilde deposited here just over 2 months ago. Even with the drawer, finding it to me promises to be very troublesome indeed. There are so many boxes, it could be any of them. Mr. Sholmes said that a pawnbroker's was the safest place to store anything, more secure than a bank's vault. So perhaps the small box of Mr. McGilde's contains something of very great value. Well, if that's the case, he'd probably have kept it locked. So then, we need to find every box with a lock and break them all open. Hiya! Oh Mann. Das muss natürlich vorkommen. That sort of misconduct would get you arrested. I won't let that happen. Ah, this takes me back. It's been some time since Susato-san last threw me. Ja, in der letzten Episode. Die 2 Monate her ist. Okay. Dann sind wir fertig hier, I guess. Oder die Schaufeln hier. That ledger is open. That's open on the counter. That really is enormous, isn't it? Das ist wie das. Was soll ich sagen? Keine Ahnung. Es ist einfach ein großes Buch. Es ist wie ein großes Buch. It must be an awful lot of work to keep track of all these hundreds of items in pawn. It's too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. But clearly Mr. Windybank was very careful when it came to the articles in his care. Okay. Ansonsten ist hier noch was. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Move. Gehen wir nochmal in den Storeroom zu Gregson. Converse. Nee. Examine. Nee. Seems like we have everything. Oh, ich wollte B drücken, wir sind schon B. Ich würde sagen, wir gucken dann mal wieder bei Sholmes vorbei. Okay. Scheinbar nix. Prison vielleicht? 16th April, local prison, cell 13. Gina doesn't appear to be here. I believe she must be in questioning at the moment. Oh, but wait a minute. What is it, Iris? Well, if you examine the scene here carefully, there's another possibility, isn't there? Ginny could have slipped the key from the jailer when he wasn't looking and escaped. Das wäre nicht sehr gut für uns. Oh my! Why would she do something like that? It would only make the situation worse. Calm down, Runo. I was only joking, of course. Oh. You had me worried here. I thought it was a great deduction. Yes, it must be your way with words, Iris. You're so wonderfully persuasive. Perhaps you don't fully understand the weight your words carry. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I suppose the light-hearted green detective is a contradiction in terms. Well, in the same situation, I'm sure Mr. Sholmes would just have thrown his head back and guffawed. I'm not entirely sure that's helpful, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, anyway, it looks like we won't be able to talk to Gina for a while. We should try to make a progress with our investigation in the meantime. Yes, come along then, Runo. Come along, Susie. Okay, move. Show him sweet. Okay, hier ist auch nix. In unserer Legal Consultancy wahrscheinlich auch nicht. Nein. Baker Street. Auch nicht. Aber da ist ein Polizeiwagen, okay. There still is Scotland Yard carriage outside Windy Banks. I never imagined we'd be investigating a case so close to home. Poor Iris, she's very upset by all this. I'm sorry, I was there. I should have done more. None of this is your fault, you know. So please, don't apologize. But it's the criminals who are to blame for all of this. So let's investigate and work out how to catch them. Yes, you're right. Okay. Also müssen wir... Ich verstehe es nicht. Present. Inspector, what do you make of this? What have we here then? Redemption von Arthur. Ja. Das hatten wir doch. No, it's not. It's a box. Aber wir finden die Box ja nicht. What's all about? Ja. Main shop. Converse maybe? Nein. Move. Nein. Examine? Hä? Müssen wir iOS was präsenten? Would you mind if I showed you this iOS? It's just a boring old thing, really, but okay, 9. Oh, I don't really like boring things. Ah. It looks like Japanese modesty is easily misinterpreted by young Western children. I mean, who does like boring things? No one wants to be shown something boring. Come to think of it, you're always introducing things with "this is boring," but it's a bad habit. You should stop it. I'll be sure to let the entire population of the Empire of Japan know on my return. Representation papers. Poor Ginny. This is all my fault, really. But she'll be alright, won't she? In court tomorrow, I mean. I'll defend her with everything I've got. So, she'll be alright, won't she? Am I that bad at instilling confidence? Iris story manuscript. Oh, my manuscript. Mr. Sean said he deposited it at Winnie Banks, and he had. But it's so strange. What is it about this particular story? I worked so hard on it. Why would Hurley say I can't publish it? I'm afraid I have no idea. All you can do is wait until he's ready to tell you, I suppose. Oh, maybe it's because Hurley isn't in it enough. Maybe I didn't give him enough good lines. Yes, maybe. I just wish I could say that definitely isn't the reason, but I can't. Blood sample portfolio. The way you can identify differences in people's blood like this is amazing. You really are a genius, Iris. I know. I am. If Hurley and I put our minds to it, we could really shake up Britain's chemists and alchemists. And you could shake up Japan's lawyers and judges, couldn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, for sure. Even if I didn't intend to. Und das hier, was ist das? Okay. Also, ich weiß, was das ist, ne? Aber was ist das hier jetzt? Nichts scheinbar. Das ist boring. Mann! Das kann doch jetzt nicht sein. Hier unten ist noch eine Box. Da oben sind auch Boxen. Übersehe ich was? Ich muss ja eindeutig was übersehen. Ganz viele Dings hier. Totenkopf. Ich habe gerade meine Facecam nicht an, damit ich wirklich nichts übersehe. Aber hä? Hä? Hier unten auch nichts. Okay. Move. Sehe ich hier was? Nee, hä? What in the heck am I supposed to do? I don't know.